Hey everybody, my name is Samantha Altamirano. I am a junior majoring in communications and minoring in ethnic studies and Spanish. I am the current president for Latinos Unidos organization here at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside, and I'm also a success coach for the Always Reaching Upward program.
When it comes to race, ethnicity, or nationality, how do you identify yourself?
I identify myself as Mexican American as well as Latina. Those two would primarily be the way I would identify myself. I rarely identify myself as only American. Not saying that I'm not American because I was born here, but I like to embed both Mexican American as well as Latina.
When it comes to sexuality, how do you identify?
I really don't like this question. However, I think it's something that needs to be brought up. I really don't like putting a label on myself. I kind of just like to be me. A lot of people would say, well, labels are important. Labels are a part of society. Identifying myself, yes, I am a gay woman, but I like to identify myself as just me. I don't think that having gay on my forehead should be something that would point me out and like through a crowd of 100 people.
How do you believe the LGBTQ community is viewed in the eyes of the Latino community?
I think it's viewed as very narrow-minded. I mean, I can speak from experience. My own parents weren't very comfortable, and still to this day are not comfortable with me really being open about it. It's more of a under-the-rug type thing. So there's a lot of struggles that we have yet to overcome as a community. I think it's going to take quite some time. I mean, if we kind of look back in the past, we have taken baby steps in accepting that there is an LGBTQ presence within the Latino community, but for it to become like a full 360 turn, I think we have a lot to work on yet.
Why do you believe the Latino community views the LGBT community in that way?
It has a lot to do with our culture. We do primarily see the male as a dominant figure within our Latino culture. It's always, man, woman. They're together. It's never man, man, a woman, or a woman. So I think that's what's always been embedded from ages ago. So that has a lot to do with our grandparents that they get married at such a young age to a male person, and then that just follows throughout the chain of the family tree. So when it gets down to our generation, so being out, it's looked down upon.
Do you believe that religion plays a big part in the Latino culture?
I think it plays a huge part, and I think that ties into why the LGBTQ community has so much work to yet still do within the Latino community. A lot of Latinos identify themselves as heavy Catholics, church every Sunday, the rosary, the Bible reading, the First Communion, confirmation. And it's just like those steps have already been embedded within our culture that if you were to not go through with it, again, you would still you would be looked down upon. So as an LGBTQ person, if you don't feel that those are the steps that you want to take because you would rather not, be identified as a Catholic, that just adds more to the struggles that we still have to overcome.
How does religion affect your parents' view on your sexuality?
Actually, what's really funny is that when I came out, my mom went to a priest and told him, my daughter, I think she's just, I feel like she's been rejected, that she's just blinded right now, she's not in a good place, and I feel that she's just saying this to get attention. And the priest was like, you know what, just talk to her, maybe that's not what she wants, maybe she's really trying to tell you something. Again, my mother, totally oblivious by that. Just prayed. I'm like, what are you praying for? I'm like, I'm not going to change overnight, So I think that within my family, their perspective on the religion, and then having that same priest tell them, like, hey, like, if it's really something there, like, listen, don't just pray about it for it to change.